Introduction. The liver is a glandular organ of many other vertebrates in a fat form, large and dark red, which intervenes into digestive function, segregates the bile, stores nutrient substances, eliminates toxic substances, and synthesizes enzymes, proteins, and glucose. In the human being, it is at the top right of the abdomen. This work was done in order to know the different parts of the liver, its main functions, some recommendations, and the way the new virus affects the liver COVID-19.
Main parts of the liver. The liver has a diaphragmatic face where you can see the falciform ligament round liver ligament, coronary ligament, left and right triangular ligament. The falciform ligament anteriorly divides the liver into two lobes, right and left. It also has a visceral face where the square and caudal lobes are located. The lobes are divided into 8 segments, and these segments are made of lobulomills. Irrigation. The liver receives arterial blood from the hepatic artery itself. The portal vein supplies 17%. Lymphatic drainage goes with vessels flowing into the inferior cava vein or in the hepatic nodes. The nerves in the liver come from the hepatic plexus.
Functions of the liver. The liver is an essential organ because it has more than 500 vital functions identified until now. Between the main functions we can see the production of proteins for blood like albumin, that it is really important for regulate blood volume and the distribution of fluids in our body. It metabolizes drugs and alcohol, and that way they are easier to use or process for our bodies. And when the blood passes through the liver, it breaks down substances, and that way it works as a filter for our blood. It also stores vitamins like A, D, E, K, and B12, and minerals like iron and copper. It produces bile. Bile helps with the digestion, but it is also essential for absorbing vitamins and minerals. It produces fats and cholesterol that our body needs, and it extracts iron from the blood, more specifically from the hemoglobin, and stores it. When we eat protein, we break it down into amino acids. When there is too many of them, we create a waste product called ammonia. Enzymes from the liver turn ammonia into urea. It also regulates blood clotting because it produces fibrinogen and other clotting factors like von Willebrand factor. And it transforms glucose into glycogen, and that way it is able to store it. Because it produces bile and cholesterol and other vitamins, it is essential for transportation. And since it has direct contact with the blood, it's really easy for the liver to distribute anything the body needs where it has to be.
Strange of the liver. The liver can very interesting things has organs such as greatly 10% of the liver is made up of fat. When the percentage is higher, what is known as fatty liver occurs. This is characterized by the excessive accumulation of fat in its organ. In the mildest cases, does not cause complications. Blood storage. When the liver is at full capacity, it contains about 10% of the blood in the entire body. It's just 16 seconds, 1.5 liters of blood circulate through all the organ. Bile and feces. The liver produces bile and substance that provides the cherishes brown who so when then change color it is almost certainly to do liver disease which affect the brain. When the main function of the liver regulates the level of glucose and ammonia in blood, when the both substances accumulate in large amounts in the bloodstream, hepatic encephalopathy appears. Symptoms. When the liver does not work properly, a wide range of symptoms can arise: diarrhea, vomiting, tiredness, fatigue, anxiety, darkness of the urine, change of the color of the stool. Regeneration. The liver has the incredible ability to regenerate itself. This is precisely what makes the transplantation a part of the possibility. This one person denied, for example, as the liver will to be able to record to over time the liver itself will in change or regeneration. And there is still not much other strong to mention, but why I already mentioned this is an idea of how essential and important this is.
Hepatic disease, jaundice, is a liver disorder that causes newborn skin and eyes to appear yellowish. Newborn jaundice is common in premature babies. It is usually due to the lack of maturation in the liver. Infection, medication, or blood disorder can cause more serious cases. Symptoms include a yellow color to the skin and eyes that appear a few days after birth. In most cases, no treatment is needed. In moderate or severe cases, phototherapy can help. Another disease is the ascites. The ascites result from high pressure in the blood vessel of the liver, portal hypertension, and low level of a protein called albumin. Diseases that can cause several liver damage can lead to the ascites. This includes chronic infection with hepatitis C or B, heavy alcohol use for many years, fatty liver, non-alcoholic steatohepatitis, people with center cancer in the abdomen can get ascites. These include cancer of the appendix, colon, ovarian, uterus, pancreas, and liver. Esophageal varices. The esophageal varices usually appear when the blood supply to the liver is obstructed. They generally appear in people with advanced liver disease. There are usually no symptoms unless the vein bleeds. Symptoms of bleeding esophageal varices include vomiting blood, black and tar-like stool, and shock in the most severe cases. Treatment include beta blocker, medical procedures to stop bleeding, and in rare cases, leaf transplantation.
Relationship of COVID-19 to liver. Deaths of dairy in people around the world have been related to the presence of liver failure in patients who died from COVID-19. Hepatic impairment is the loss of liver function, which could be caused by the contagion of COVID-19. A comorbidity, diseases that occur in the same person at the time of death, frequent in people infected with COVID-19, is liver injury, which can present as a pre-existing condition.
Know all the above, we come to know the importance of the liver, and although this is a complicated anatomy, this is still one of the most relevant organs behind the second largest of the skin. Slow no neglect of the liver. Despite this power, the potential is vulnerable to bad life habit of the cancer, of toxic substance, and the intestine of the cheese bad habits above because of the confinement that caused the COVID-19 surge. Here are some recommendations: avoid consuming excess fat, dish out sugar drinks, include food rich in vitamin C, and maintain adequate level of vitamin D. Avoid drink alcohol completely. Maintain a healthy and nutritious diet. Avoid sedentary still life. Drink water regular and vegetable fiber.